Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a look at Splat-To-Clat and the brand new in-app purchase called Splat-To-Click. What's that all about? Well, we're going to find out thanks to gospel musicians, so let's Oj. Yo, what's going on? I'm Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and of course, I hope you're doing okay. Yes, indeed. Today, we're taking a look at Splat-To-Clat. It is something I've already covered here on the channel. There is a link in the description if you want to go and watch the previous full tutorial I did on Splat-To-Clat. It's very cool for R&B music, hip-hop music. It's just urban beats, all that kind of stuff. A lot of great sounds in it. It just is super cool. So we're going to cover the brand new in-app purchase today. Let's bounce over here and take a look at it on the App Raven store. Here it is here. So it is $14.99 to purchase. There is an in-app purchase, and that is Splat-To-Click. It is $12.99. Now, it is also available on the desktop. The price is way more, right, because desktop apps. We will cover that in a second. What I do need to tell you about this, you need to own, so when you pay for Splat-To-Clat, it's $14.99 and you get all of the drum sounds included. You need to download those and have those, and then you can just purchase the in-app purchase if you want it. It's completely up to you. So let's talk about what is a click track. Now, many of you will know what a click track is. You use it in a DAW to set your BPM, set a metronome so you can play along with a click track. Yes. Now, not all people are used to playing to a click track. Some people prefer playing along to drums. And this is where this comes in really handy, because if you're using like drums, right? Say you're using, and Splat-To-Clat, let me cover this too, also is a rompler, right? So if you don't know what a rompler is, it uses audio files, right? So it uses samples to generate the sounds. Now, most of you will know when you take a sample and you change the BPM or the tempo of it, the quality changes, the sound changes. Splat-To-Clat already has a pitch shifting algorithm in there, so you can change the BPM of these, but they are audio, so they will change slightly. What's cool about Splat-To-Click is that you can change these sounds, you can change the BPM absolutely wildly, and it won't deteriorate the sound. Now, not all click tracks are just a click, right? Just a Some people use click tracks in live performance, especially gospel performance as well, where they have, like, just say it's a shaker and a hi-hat. And that's the click to keep everybody in time, because not everybody can work to a click. Now, you can buy audio click tracks, but again, changing the BPM of them is very difficult because you lose the integrity breaks down. Whereas this Splat-To-Click does not do that. I have a project here set up in AUM, just with some stuff. All right, so we got Pure Synth, which is by gospel musicians as well. Splat-To-Clat running a Splat-To-Click preset. We got piano tech, and I got a saxophone in here as well. So let's just shut up for a second, then I'll come back and say hello to you all. After I play this sample, I'm going to play a little bit of saxophone underneath, and we'll see how we go. Hopefully I don't muff up. Probably will, but let's go. let's change the BPM, shall we? Wild. So hopefully you can hear there. We changed that BPM so dramatically ridiculous, all the way up to over 200 and back down to 50, and the integrity of those drums just did not change. You will not be able to do this with audio samples, especially with a rompler. You can do it because what's built into Splat-To-Clat already is an algorithm to try and compensate. Now, obviously, you go too far down. If you go down to like 20 BPM, you will hear the difference, and we will show you that as we go on. Let's jump out of this project here and jump in and show you some of the things you can do with this. We'll load up a Splat-To-Clat. There you are. And I will connect my keyboard to this just to, it's a little demo as well too, to just cover some things that we already covered in the first demo that I did, which you should go back and watch because it covers everything. Also, hello to Dave Bops, Studio Plus, 6+1, Denise, Pausing Guitars, and if you're watching on hiding and lurking out, hello to you as well. I see you. So this is Splat-To-Clat. And when you first load it up, nothing is loaded in here. Let's bring this BPM back down. So we'll bring this down to, say, 120, which is kind of standard there. We're set to 120. When you load this up, there are no sounds that play because nothing is loaded into our preset bay. We've got settings over here, important stuff with settings. This is where you can set up your MIDI learn and stuff, because I'm going to show you some stuff with the Bluetooth controller that I have, which is pretty cool for doing program changes. You got MIDI channels. Now this also works doing multi-out, which I covered in the original show. Here's your kits. So when you first download this, you're going to want to come over and download each of the kits. You've got factory kits, you've got factory loops and factory chops. And you can see these are all like 143 meg, 298, and we've got 311 here for factory chops, because these are all audio files. These are all samples. But when we come down to factory clicks, 24 meg, and you get a whole lot of new samples involved in here that are all MIDI, and it's just so much cooler, as you heard, moving stuff around. So there is that. The standalone has another option up here, which we'll go and have a look at quickly. The other beautiful thing about apps by gospel musicians is you can, if you don't have room on your iPad, you can save all this to an external hard drive. And when you do that, it asks you to set up a folder. And once you set up that folder, it will put these sounds into that folder. I've got it currently set up on my iPad, just how I set it up. Presets, let's come over here. So when you download the program, you get these factory kits, you get factory loops, and you get these chops. Chops, if you don't know, so I can load up a loop and I can play them across the keys, right? So it's part of a loop. The way that works. So if we come back out of here, these are your kits, and there's some wicked kits in here. If I just pick one of these and hit play, oops, come back. A really cool thing about Splat-To-Clat is you have this A, B, and C. So these are 3 pages of pads, and you can come in and set up your own pads, how you want them, what keys you want them to be, C5, and do all of that stuff. The bass for this is C3 for all of these. And let's just stop this. And each of these, so we're not even looking at Splat-To-Click yet. This is just the stuff you get with this. And each of these comes with a MIDI file that is loaded in here. Now you can even import your own MIDI files into this as well by hitting import and importing MIDI files. So I've already got one in here, which I saved yesterday. So let's just come over to Audio Share. And I made this in Logic. I'll hit date. So it was this one, I think. If we load this in here, you'll see now we've got 2 MIDI files in here. So now if I hit play, this is the MIDI file I've imported. And I can flick between these. So you can load your own MIDI files in here and do all of that. You want to delete these, you can come in, delete them, yes. And you could stock up in one preset here a whole bunch of your own MIDI files, which is very, very cool to be able to do. And look, just within Splat-To-Clat alone, the amount of really cool stuff in hip hop, and I mean, I've used this so much for Walk With Me. But again, the problem is if I start to speed this up, can you hear it? Not only is it speeding up, but the sample's speeding up as well too. So you're getting the sample, and it's trying its best to pitch correct, but it's only going to work within a certain like level. So I mean, this is set. This particular patch here is a 95 BPM. So you're kind of going to be safe around like 70 to 120 kind of thing, and it's not going to be that noticeable, right? This is what it should be, 95. But if we take this all the way down to like ludicrous 20, it's trying its hardest. Hello, Joe Glenn. So this is the problem with using things like audio samples, yeah? But within Splat-To-Clat, there's already so many wicked sounds and patterns and such. It's really, really cool. Let's jump over here to Splat-To-Click and show you what you get for your in-app purchase. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, what have we got? 6 banks. So slow worship stuff. Let's hit play. Now you notice what I said. These are click tracks. So they're not all of them are full drum kits or anything like that, but they have full drum kits. If we jump out of here, you can see we've got, let's just stop this. As I mentioned earlier, you've got A, B, and C. And look, nearly everything's filled up here. Clap, clap thugs. Snaps, 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 snaps. Snares. Bounce over to page B. We've got some kicks. So you can turn these things on and off. And what's really cool about this is in real time, you can turn these on and off. So we've got a kick playing as well. We've turned off this clap. If we come over and look for our kick as well, you might just want to use this sound as your click, right? And the 2 sounds that are currently running. And again, I can speed this up and listen how it's not going to degrade. So you notice how it's not getting fast, like it's sounding like a chipmunk. It's still retaining that same sound. Even when we're up to 191 BPM. If we even bring this right down, those clicks and that little tom or whatever it is. Let's bring in the kick. It's very cool. Very, very cool technology. And again, with these, you can import your own MIDI files to run these as well. So if you want to change up the patterns, that's completely up to you. Let's just run through some of these sounds that are in here. We'll bring the BPM back up to 120. And again, these are primarily used for click tracks. And most of you will know, if you've ever used these kind of samples before, again, I'm reiterating this, when you load something up, it gives you the BPM because it's telling you this is where the sample was recorded at. This is the BPM it was recorded at. So for the best optimal performance, you're going to be, you should use this for the particular song, that BPM. Where these are just so different. We can take this one we've got here. Let's try a slow R&B. So we've got slow worship, R&B, we've got some urban stuff, up-tempo gospel, shout, and these shed loops. So let's grab one of these. It's set to 125. Let's bring it up to 125. Pay attention to that sound, that woo. And I'm going to pump this up way over 200. So it's playing it at the fastest speed. It's all in time, but it is retaining its sound. It's really good tech, yeah. Very clever stuff. We'll bring that. We can take this way up faster. And in real time, you know. So it's a little bit different than most of these rompler sounds or any kind of sounds that use audio samples, because you can just ignore the BPM. Doesn't matter. And all the sounds are super high quality. This runs beautifully in Logic as well. I'll show you that too. In fact, let's do that now. Let's just skip over to Logic for a second, because I know a lot of people have trouble with drum apps, actually getting drum apps to record MIDI in Logic. Let me show you something. So we'll jump out of this project here. If you are having a problem, we'll cover a couple of apps while we're here too, because it is a thing. So you would load a MIDI track for this. Go down to your instrument and load up Splat-To-Clat and choose stereo or mono. It's up to you, right? Now, we've got it loaded in. You would just think if I hit record over here and then come over here and hit record, we'll choose a preset from our Splat-To-Click. Let's choose one from this urban. So you would think it would just record in. Let's hit record. And it's not recording. So how do you set it up for it to record? Well, I'm glad you asked. Come over here to this middle icon down the bottom, and we want to set, it is internal MIDI to instrument output, and select that. And now when we come back here and hit record, we are now recording our MIDI into here. So now that you've recorded your MIDI in with this, you're obviously going to have to come out, load up a Splat-To-Clat, and turn off this. This little dial here turns off the transport. Right, so now when we hit play, it's not going to play this as well as the MIDI file, if that makes sense, yeah? So now when we play this, it's not actually playing here, it's just using the samples. I can give you another example of this too, because there's another app that recently came out called Pop Drummer. Let's mute this. I know we're getting off the point here. But if you have downloaded Pop Drummer, when I did the demo, this didn't work. And it was a bit of a sticking point for me. Hello, Leela and Barry Glenn. So this also works for Pop Drummer. So you would come in and select, come up here, search for Pop Drummer. You want the new version of Pop Drummer. It's got a kit already selected. And again, you're going to want to come over here to this section, internal MIDI, set to instrument output Pop Drummer. And when we hit record now, we should be able to record the Pop Drummer drums in. Oh, it's not working for some reason. Of course it isn't. It worked fucking yesterday. iOS, go fuck yourself. I'm so tired of it. Am I allowed to say that? I'm so tired of iOS at this point. I want to give up this show almost. Yeah, that should work. It worked yesterday. I can't be fucked. But you get the idea, man. Can I change the name of this show to How to App on Mac? Tim Cook, get Donald Trump's cock out of your mouth, please. And can we get back to making great software? I'm just going to keep harping on it because, man, ever since he started sucking Donald Trump's cock, things have just gone to shit. All right, let's come back over here to Splat-To-Clat. I want to show you something really cool, and then we'll go back. We'll go through more of these sounds. Something that's really ace, because you can come in here and individually select different sounds. So we're still on one of these Splat-To-Click sounds. So you can tap on any of these, right? But if you hold down, you can change to any of these kit pieces. You can sample them, and you've got 7 kits with Splat-To-Click. So you can, and these are all going to be okay when you move them through, when you change the BPM. They've all been made for this specifically. Let's find something that's kind of a bit melodic, kind of. Like that. So we'll pick this sound now. So we've got this, and each of these have settings. So if you hold down on this spanner, you will get controls. And you can come in here and change a whole lot of settings. You can change the volume, gain, the panning, the octave. You can multiple voices. You can change the amplification, the attack, ADSR, all this kind of stuff. We've got controls here for your pitch, mod wheel and all that kind of stuff. Filter controls, modulation controls, so you can modulate the pitch of all of this as well. Hi, Hugh. Just as you arrived, you got to hear that. You know, it is what it is. So, and if you hold down, you can also, let me just come back over here. I want to talk about the MIDI learn. So you can MIDI learn a whole bunch of stuff too, which is really cool. Program changes. See how we've got these 3 sections here? Kind of. I want to talk about this. So I'm going to now connect this beautiful thing here. This is the M-Wave Chocolate Plus. This is a Bluetooth controller I got off Temu for like $30. It has so many really good uses. I'm going to turn this on, turn it on, and I'm going to attach this to my iPad. Let's do that now. Show you over here. So I'm going to go to my Bluetooth settings, make sure that it's attached. It's connected, so it's automatically connected, which is great. And now I'm going to come over here, back over to AUM. And for this, I'm going to come down here, select inputs, and my controller is down here, my Bluetooth controller. So now this is connected also to Splat-To-Clat. And what we can do is, this is sick, right? So I might want to bounce between a few of these presets. Live, you can do this. So we'll put this here. All you need to do is, say we're on this one right here, hold down and you can hit Learn Program Change. Click the button and now that has been assigned. That preset has been assigned. Hit Learn and it's done. Let's go to this one here, hold down, Learn Program Change, click the button, tap Learn, and we're good to go. I can go to a different set over here, tap this one, hold down, learn program change, tap our button, learn. So we're going to fill all 4 of these, and we'll go to this one over here, shout, hold down, learn program change, button 4, learn. So now when I click through these, look at that. It is changing through all of these presets live. What an incredible addition to this. Hello, Jamie Lynn. And for you to be able to do this, you need to be in settings and come over here to settings here, and you need to make sure you are set to browse learn. And you can select that down here. Now, if you want to clean all these out, you can hit clear and that will clear all of these out. But as we're standing now, I can click and you can see all of these changing. What a great thing to have. Are we going? Go. Sick. So there's just a little additional thing that has been added to Splat-To-Clat, which is just wild, I think. Perfect for live performances. And again, if I want to clear all of these, we can just hit clear, removes all mappings, done. So now you can see when I'm clicking this, it's not changing this anymore. Rad stuff, rad. I want to show you some of these fast ones. This isn't going to be a long show today because, you know, these are just... So we've got faster ones here. These are 146 BPM. Let's bring it up to 146. Or bring it right down again. We're not losing any of the integrity there of these samples. But essentially, these are click tracks. That's what they are made for. And a lot of people will use these in gospel settings to, and in live time too, you can change this out. So we can take this clap in real time and change it to a percussion or a rim shot. There's another clap in there, I do believe. That's this one. We could hold down on this, change it to a hat. Now you can solo these as well too. So you may be doing say you're in a band and you've got a whole bunch of members playing. Of course, you're going to want the leader to really have the click, who's controlling the band. That's the most important thing. But some of these sounds might be a distraction for you, yeah? So you might want to remove some of them. Let's just come to this slow R&B. And look, there's heaps. There's so many different patterns in here. So with this one, we can hear the most important part of this is the shaker. So here's your metronome, yeah? Because a lot of people struggle to work with a click track, and this is where these clicks come in handy. And it might be more beneficial to somebody to have this behind them. Or even just removing the kick and the wow. We'll just go through some beats. I'll shut up and just click through some of the cool beats in here. And then we'll call it a day. You will notice too with this that when you load up one of these programs, it's definitely not using all of the sounds, right? It's only using a small selection of them. We've got so many more in here. There's shaker, soft. Some of these have no sound. You can put whatever sounds in here you want as well. Shaker hard. Then over here, we've got like bongos. So it's definitely not using all of these. Like this one's not, the cowbell's not being used at all. And the beautiful thing is, while you have a beat playing here, you can control all of this with your keyboard, yeah? So everything is controllable via your keyboard if your keyboard is connected. Let's go with these up-tempo gospel ones so you can see. Where do we start here? So C3. Hit play. Speed it up. Probably a bit too fast for what we're trying to do. Now, not every one of these as well too is 4/4. If you go through these enough, we can scroll through them by hitting the tabs here. You will notice, looking at the meter, there are ones that are 3/4 and different timings. So there is that. Let's try maybe a shout one here. I've seen ones that are different timings as well too. And again, you want to change any of the sounds, it's super easy to change any of the sounds. Like this shaker here, we can come in, hold down, and you've got all of the options here to change any of these sounds. You can select favorites. You can create new banks in here as well. I've covered all that in the original demo that we did. You've got a volume up here. I'm sure there's one more thing. If you want to save presets as well too, super easy to do so. Choose your library, choose your bank, give it a name, save it. Happy days. This I'm not really going to cover, but this is if you have external drum synths, so you can control these from here. How much swing and eighths and all this kind of stuff you can add with it. The MC30, MC60. So you can do all that. And these buttons can be customized as well too. So you could come in here and MIDI learn the next button or MIDI learn the play button as well. So just by holding down on these, you can MIDI learn this stuff. Lots of MIDI learn features. Slow this right down and listen to the integrity of these clicks. They don't lose any integrity. Very, very cool stuff. All right. I think we've covered most of this. Yeah. You get the idea of the way that everything kind of works. You got a volume up here as well. It works in standalone too, so there's no problems with that. The last thing I probably need to cover with this is, of course, you can get it on desktop as well, but so it's a little bit different. Let's come over here to Splat-To-Clat. Here it is for the desktop. As you can see, It's a little bit more expensive if you want desktop. $232.69 for Splat-To-Clat compared to what, $14, $15 for iOS. You can do multi-outs with it on iOS as well. Go and watch my previous demo, link in the description, and that'll explain there. Jamal has a whole bunch of demos on getting started if you want a little bit more. So yeah, next time you complain about iOS, think about those of you using this sucker here. The expansions can be found over here just by coming to Splat-To-Clat, and you can see instead of $11.99 for this, $201. From what I know though on desktop is yeah, I don't know much more about it because I don't have desktop, but yeah, it's more expensive. That's what I know. So lastly, there's the price on iOS, $14.99. The in-app purchase for Splat-To-Click is $12.99. We're pretty well looked after here on iOS. Yeah, it is what it is. I do believe, so here's the thing. What I think, I may be wrong, so don't quote me. But with desktop, from what it looks like Jamal said on his video, is if you come over on desktop and you buy this, the expansion, then you, I'm not even going to say it because go over and watch his video. All right. So that's Splat-To-Click in-app purchase for iOS. I hope this has been helpful in helping you make a decision on if you want to grab this or not. Let me tell you what's coming up here on the channel over the next couple of days. We got heaps of stuff today happening. Lots of Halloween goodness happening. I think Mr. Smith's got something coming up next. I can't remember what it is. My brain is fried. We've got after that Sunshine Archer and Pole Vault doing a... Are they doing something? No, Laurie's starting early today, I do believe. Man, I got to catch up. Let's quickly check it out. So I think Laurie's starting an hour earlier today. Laurie's Mishmosh. She normally starts here at some kind of crazy time. 2. So 2 p.m. here she starts. And I think it's going extra time, maybe 3. I don't know. But I'll be there in my Halloween costume if you want to come and join us. So Halloween stuff happening in 4 hours time, apparently. That's happening. Then we've got Gary Hubbs and doing something Halloween. And then we've got Leela doing something Halloween as well. I think so. It's a Halloween kind of day. Tomorrow here on the channel, I'm doing my Halloween thing because 2 days late. What can you do? Come and see the opening hour. Lots of Halloween songs, lots of costumes, lots of creepy stuff. I've set up a really fun show. So hopefully you can come and join me for that. Other cool stuff that's going on is, of course, the rant this week. I know this is one very close to my heart, this rant that I am doing this week. It is called Want Need. Want Need, because there's a difference between want and need. Do you need it or do you want it? Or is it both? Who knows? Come along to join me to find out more about that. And then we have a huge album launch happening this week to our dear friend Russ8889, who yesterday tore a glute in his leg and he can't walk. He's out of hospital. He's in a lot of pain. He can't walk. He tore a glute. And yeah, we're still doing the album launch this week for his band, a cat named Vienna. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So hopefully come and join us here for that. And all manner of apps coming up this week. All right, thanks for hanging out. If you're watching the replay, all that stuff, hit the like, it helps. And I'll see ya maybe on Laurie's, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's Oj.